Law enforcement spoke for the first time on camera today in more than 2 weeks on the disappearance of Summer Wells.
You'll remember families said they last saw the 5-year-old at their home in Hawkins County in the Beach Creek community on June 15th. Bianca Murray spoke with one of the lead agencies in the case.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson tells me everything is on the tables. Investigators are not ruling out an abduction or that she might have walked away from her home. Their only goal is to find Summer, but they're saying it's difficult with circulating rumors on social media.
In my position and my detectives, everywhere we go, everybody wants to share their opinion, which is, we understand that. But 99.9% of things that people are posting or saying, we've already looked into and taken care of.
Lawson says anyone living in roughly 5-mile radius of the Beach Creek community should look at their trail or security camera footage again from the day Summer disappeared.
And sometimes people will think, well, I saw that, but it probably wouldn't mean anything. But the least little thing to us may be something huge. So that's why we ask for the public, everything they see, to continue to check their property, their outbuildings and different things like that.
What kind of a toll has this taken on your department?
Mentally, physically, and emotionally. A lot of my officers have small children. They have grandchildren, and we know what goes through our mind if that would be our child or grandchild. And plus, us spending so much time in Beach Creek for 3 weeks, but my office never stopped. We're still answering all the same amount of calls, still, bringing people to jail, investigating other cases, and it just wires you out.
Investigators are still hoping to find a potential witness who drives a red or maroon truck that was spotted in the Ben Hill Road neighborhood the afternoon of June 15th.
The biggest thing is the ladder racks and the white buckets. It means that they do some kind of work, and that vehicle was seen in the area sometime during her disappearance. And we're just wondering if they saw something. They may hold that little piece I was talking about earlier that would blow this thing wide open, let us know where Summer is if they saw something. And we've searched and found so many of them, just not the right one yet.
Sheriff Lawson tells me that if anyone has a credible tip, not a social media rumor or opinion, but something they may have seen near the Beach Creek community that day, to let authorities know.
Well, we're still working every day with the TBI and the FBI and following up a lot of leads, most of which has no results. I think a lot of it is coming from social media and the people that has 100% knowledge this happened, but they're not doing it the right way. You don't put stuff on social media. If you know something, then you have to say something to us, not just start rumors. And that's the big thing is the rumors, and people has their opinion. And in my position and my detectives, everywhere we go, everybody wants to share their opinion, which is, we understand that. But 99.9% of things that people are posting or saying, we've already looked into and taken care of. There's no person of interest. And like I said, everybody's a suspect now. Everything's on the table, and our main focus is to find Summer and bring her home. And whichever way it goes with a suspect, or if she's lost in the woods or whatever, been abducted, whatever, everything's on the table. And we're not just focusing on one thing, because we have no reason to.
So I thought I would read this article. It's important because we haven't heard from law enforcement in over a week. So I'm going to share this with you guys. I'm just going to read it. I'm going to pin this article underneath the video. So it says, Hawkins County, Tennessee. Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson says there is no person of interest in the case of missing 5-year-old Summer Wells, regardless what rumors are spreading on social media. Lawson told News Channel 11 on Friday that his detectives are still working every day with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation and the Federal Bureau of Investigation to follow up on leads. There is no person of interest, Lawson said. And like I said, everyone's a suspect now. Everything's on the table, and our main focus is to find Summer to bring her home. Whichever way it goes with a suspect, or she's lost in the woods or whatever, been abducted, whatever, everything's on the table. We're not just focusing on one thing because we have no reason to. TBI Public Information Officer Leslie Earhart said that as of Friday, just over 900 tips had been received in the search for Summer. Lawson said most of the tips received have not resulted in solid leads. I think a lot of what is coming from social media, Lawson said. People that has 100% knowledge this happened, but they're not doing it the right way. You don't put stuff out on social media. If you know something, then you have to say something to us, not just start rumors. And that's the big thing, is rumors and people have their opinion. Lawson said investigators have actually already followed up on most of the rumors on social media. I think they've done a good job of that, actually. In my position and my detectives everywhere, everybody wants to share their opinion, which we understand that, but 99.9% of things that people are posting or saying, we've already looked into and taken care of, Lawson said. But we still want people to look on their property in the Beach Creek community, because I think with all of the searchers we've had, the many people, I don't think we've missed anything, but we're not counting out that there's still a need to search their own property. Community members have wondered why volunteers were not utilized during the search for Summer. But Lawson said the hazardous terrain was the reason for restricting who assisted. People got confused why we didn't want people just off the street searching in the woods, because we couldn't take a chance on losing someone else in that tremendous mountain terrain with the bears. Lawson said it's very dangerous, so that's why we put so many in certain areas, so we knew how many was coming out. So everyone was accounted for, so it made so much easier on us. Not that we didn't appreciate the community wanting to help search. Lawson also said the local search had been unbelievable in the way they stepped up to help search efforts. Throughout the search for Summer, investigators have asked community members in the area of the Wells home to check their cameras and property for any sign of her or anything suspicious. Lawson elaborated on just what constitutes as the working area in the Beach Creek community, within a 5 or 6 mile radius if they live there, Lawson says. He also says anyone who may have traveled through the area around June 15th when Summer went missing is encouraged to call with any detail, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. Sometimes people will think, well, I saw that, but it probably wouldn't mean anything. But the least little thing to us might be something huge, where it wouldn't mean anything to the public. So that's why we ask the public everything they see to check their property and their outbuildings and things like that. Investigators are also searching for the driver of a red or maroon Toyota Tacoma pickup truck that could be a potential witness in the case. When investigators first released information on the truck, they stated it featured a ladder rack and white buckets in the bed. The biggest thing is the ladder racks and the white buckets means that they do some kind of work, Lawson said. And that vehicle was seen in the area sometime during her disappearance, and we're just wondering if they saw something. They may hold that piece I was talking about earlier that would blow this thing wide open. Let us know where Summer is if they saw something. Lawson also said the truck is only one of hundreds that investigators have been able to find in relation to gathering information in the case. According to Lawson, the license plate of the truck is not known at this time. An Amber Alert for Summer Wells was issued by the TBI on June 16th, the day after she was first reported missing in Hawkins County. The TBI Amber Alert reports Summer's appearance as follows. Her age is 5, sex is female, race white, hair blonde hair, blue eyes, height 3 feet. Weight 40 pounds. Her NCIC is M476287498. Missing from Rogersville, Tennessee. And she went missing on June 15th, 2021. Anyone with information regarding Wells' whereabouts is urged to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. Okay, so it sounds like to me the calls for tips, he really wants these tips to come in from people that live within the area. And I think that everybody on my channel knows that you're not supposed to be calling in rumors and speculation from social media. I've had people ask me if I would If I would call things in, and I do not call for any reason unless there was something that I absolutely could not ignore. You guys, it's really important that nobody bogs down their system. And I think that people with good intentions probably really don't realize how critical it is not to call in these psychic readings and all of that. Okay, Facebook rumors. I see a lot of people bringing Facebook over to YouTube, where, I don't know, before in other cases, I always feel like Facebook and YouTube has been so separate. Usually Facebook stays on Facebook, YouTube stays with YouTube. Slippery slope with the Facebook groups, that's all. I'm in them, I look at stuff, but you really don't know who's behind accounts, and things can just get fishy. But anyways, you guys, I thought that this was interesting information to share with you today. I somehow missed this interview with Sheriff Ronnie Lawson, and I appreciate his openness with the public and his willingness to speak in front of the cameras, because in a lot of cases we don't get that at all. Think about the Cal City boys. The police did not come to the camera to talk to anybody. Everything was very hush-hush. Same with Cash Gernon. Dallas never said a word about him. So let's be thankful for the open lines of communication, and thankful that this man took time to sit down to discuss rumors when he could be answering phone calls about Summer, right? All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.